Hi there, welcome to the Reynolds Report. Time to look at who is on my hot seat this week after week 8 in the NFL. There are people shifting uncomfortably as we approach the midway point of the 2017 season. At number 5, for the first time this year, Jack Del Rio of the Oakland Raiders makes the list. His team was a huge favourite. Not necessarily a Super Bowl favourite, but definitely a Super Bowl contender, but a huge favourite to make the playoffs this year. They are floundering now, the Silver and Black. They're 3-5. They've got to have a strong second half or they're going to miss out on the playoffs. So Jack Del Rio makes the list. Number 4 is Ben McAdoo. The Giants are lost. They don't seem to find their way. They don't know their way. And I don't think McAdoo is the guy who gets them back on track. I feel like this is a team that doesn't make a lot of moves at head coach, so he may be safe, but I don't think he deserves to be there. I think it's time that the Giants look to move on. Number 3 is Hugh Jackson. This man can't buy a win, and it wasn't just the last year and a half with the Browns. One win during that period of time, but the back end of his time as a head coach with the Oakland Raiders, he was losing games as well. So you wonder, in a production business, coaches always say it's a production business, how much longer Hugh Jackson has in Cleveland. They have a plan, they're sticking to the plan. No one knows what the plan is. Number 2 is Hugh's boss, Sashi Brown. It's either you, Sashi, or Paul DePodesta. That's not easy to say on a Monday after I've been up until all hours. But the Browns front office have passed on Carson Wentz. They passed on Deshaun Watson. Both those guys are lighting up the league. Those are very obvious comparisons that will always now be made by Browns fans until they solve their quarterback position. And if they don't solve it, the success of those two players who are soaring at the moment could cost Sashi Brown his job. And number 1 still, I'm afraid, on my list of the hot seat is Chuck Pagano. And I think a nod should go to Ryan Grigson, the old general manager of the Indianapolis Colts, who got fired last year. I feel like there's not enough talent, especially up front, and the Colts seem to find ways to lose. They have many, many ways to win that game in Cincinnati. They didn't get it done, and he's a very, very good man, and I still think a good coach, but Chuck Pagano is number 1 on my list.